Hello students, welcome to 10th standard English subject. So let's see the index. So from the prose side we have completed one lesson, that is A Wrong Man in a Worker's Paradise. And from poetry side also we have completed one poem, that is To a Pair of Sarah's Cranes. And now we'll move to the prose again, that is The Elixir of Life, written by C.V. Raman. Lesson 2, The Elixir of Life, written by C.V. Raman. So this lesson is one of the most important chapter, a most important chapter from the syllabus. But this is a little difficult chapter also. So before going through this lesson, we'll see the summary first. I'll be saying you in short the summary. First you try to understand the lesson, then we'll go through this. Okay, so the C.V. Raman, he is saying about the water in this lesson. The elixir of life, elixir ಅಂದ್ರೇನು ಅಮೃತ. ಅವ್ರು ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಜೀವನದ ಅಮೃತದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅವರು ಈ ಪಾಠದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅಮೃತನ ಅವರು ಏನಂತಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ನೀರಿಗೆ ಹೋಲಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅದನ್ನು. ವಾಟರ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಅಮೃತ ಫಾರ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ he is saying mainly about the water, and also he is saying the difference between imaginary elixir and a real elixir. Okay, so the imaginary elixir is amrita, and the true elixir or the real elixir, that is in our hand, that is a plain water. So in the olden days the people were searching for the imaginary elixir, that is amrita, but now we are in the use of the real elixir. And the lesson is, this lesson is divided into 3 main sessions. Okay, it consists of 14 paragraphs. As you all know, in the textbook it is having of 14 paragraphs, but in that 14 paragraphs it is divided into 3 main sessions. So the first one, in the first 2-3 paragraphs, the C.V. Raman is saying about beauty of water. He is saying about beauty of water. And in the again middle 2-3 paragraphs, he is saying about disadvantage of water, also a problems caused by water to the people. Okay, what he is saying in a second point, he is saying about disadvantages of water and the problems caused by water. And in the third paragraph, he is saying uses or advantage of water. Uses or advantages of water. So for the beauty of water, he is giving the example of Nile, Valley Nile in the Egypt. He is giving this example. It was a very beautiful place where the greenery is surrounded. Okay, he is explaining about that. And causes of water or disadvantages of water, he has given a very common example, that is a soil erosion. Soil erosion, why the soil erosion has happened, he has explained it. Because of heavy rainfall, there is a soil erosion. And Uses or advantage of water he has said about a day-to-day's life. He has explained it very well. So, these 3 points the lesson is consist of. Okay, got it? ಈ ಪಾಠದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿ ವಿ ರಾಮನ್ ಏನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ನೀರಿನ ಮಹತ್ವ, ನೀರನ್ನು ಅಮೃತಕ್ಕೆ ಅವರು ಹೋಲಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಮೃತಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಲಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ? ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ಅದರಿಂದ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಮೆಡಿಸಿನ್. ಹಿ ಸೇಯಿಂಗ್ ಅ ವಾಟರ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಮೆಡಿಸಿನ್, ಅದು ಒಂದು ದಿವ್ಯೌಷಧ. ಮತ್ತು ನೀರಿನ ಸಂರಕ್ಷಣೆ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅವರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾಯಿಲ್ ಇರೋಷನ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಮಳೆ ನೀರಿನ ಸಂಗ್ರಹಣೆ ಮತ್ತು ಅನಿಕರಣ, ಇದೆಲ್ಲದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅವರು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟವಾಗಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಕಾಲ್ಪನಿಕವಾಗಿ ಹಿಂದಿನ ಶತಮಾನದಲ್ಲಿ ಜನರು ಕಾಲ್ಪನಿಕವಾಗಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ರು, ಅಮೃತವನ್ನು ದಿವ್ಯೌಷಧ ಎಂದು ಬೆನ್ನತ್ತಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಾಯಿದ್ರು. ಆದರೆ ರಿಯಲ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಸರ್ ಅಂದರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಕೈಯಲ್ಲೇ ರಿಯಲ್ ಆದಂಥ ಎಲೆಕ್ಸರ್ ಇದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ಅವರು ಮರೆತಿದ್ರು. ಸೊ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಐ ಸೇಡ್ ಬಿಫೋರ್, ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಗಿವನ್ ಅ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಆಫ್ Nile Valley civilization to show how one side is the most fertile land on the earth, while the other is the sea of blowing sand without a speck of green. Means there was a greenery there. Okay, it was divided into two. Okay, one side greenery and one side we can see a most fertile land there. Nile river is the life-giving water what has created and sustained the whole country of the Egypt. So, whole country of Egypt was the hand of the Nile river. So again what they are saying in the beauty of water, they are saying about rainified tanks, small stream or a rainified tanks. Water adds beauty to the countryside, be it is a small stem of the rainified tanks that are common sight in South India. In the South India, we were having a common sight there. They were saying its water is showing the beauty in other side with a small streams. Means they were having a small streams there. ಸಣ್ಣದಾದಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಮ್ ಇತ್ತಲ್ಲಿ. ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಮ್, ಹಳ್ಳ ಅಥವಾ ಹೊಳೆ ಏನಾದರೂ ಕರಿಬೋದು. ಸೊ ಸಣ್ಣದಾದಂತಹ ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಮ್ ಮತ್ತು ರೇನಿಫೈಡ್ ಅಂತ ಟ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಸ್ಗಳಿದ್ವು ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಎಲ್ಲಿ? ಸೌತ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ. ಅದೊಂದು ಕಾಮನ್ ಸೈಟ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತಲ್ಲಿ. These tanks store the slate-laden water full of nutrients and the minerals which are precious to the crops. But they are often neglected. So water is full of nutrients. Water is having a nutrients and also a minerals. This both are very precious to the crops, to grow crops. Okay, and also what they are saying, a flow of water, it plays a very beneficial role. But in the common side, we are saying in geographical process, the geologist says that the entire soil of the Nile Valley is the creation of the river itself. Okay, from the river itself, the entire soil of the valley is the created. Only the river is created, the entire soil there. It is a process of converting rocks into soil. It was an process of converting rocks into soil. Okay? Geologist means who study about the rocks and soils are called as geologist. So again they are saying about soil erosion here. Because of heavy rainfall it causes a soil erosion. ಹೆವಿ ರೈನ್ಫಾಲ್ ಆದರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ನೀರು ಸಂಗ್ರಹ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ನೀರು ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಸಂಗ್ರಹ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಸಾಯಿಲ್ ಇರೋಷನ್ ಆಗೋಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Okay, conversion of rainwater becomes a huge responsibility when the soil erosion is not checked. So it is also a painful part. Okay, soil erosion is very painful to the peoples. Soil erosion can't control the advantage. Agriculture impossible. Okay, the soil, because of this soil erosion, agriculture also spoils. So they are saying it is a very disadvantages of the water. We can't control a soil erosion because of heavy rainfall. And in the last advantages of water, they are saying that the water is also a hydroelectric power. It is having a cheaper transport system and a hydroelectric power. And water is both most common and uncommon liquid. It is both a common or uncommon liquid. And boats are also used in a water. Main advantage is what? Boats. And it is a cheaper transport system, and also hydroelectric power is there in that, and it is a most common or uncommon liquid. Okay, so the people do the investigation or the higher scientific research on the water. This research or the investigation, it will be always a interesting one. Okay, because everyone want to know about the water. As you all know, water formula is H2O, so it plays a main role in our life. Because of that, everyone are interested to know about the water investigation or the scientific reasons behind the water. So the lesson says the elixir of a life. It is a main elixir of a life, that is a water. So I hope you all understood this summary. What the summary says, it is divided into 3 parts, that is the beauty of water, disadvantages of water or problems caused by a water, or uses of or advantages of water. So in the beauty of water, they have derived a Nile river there. It is a Nile valley which is there in Egypt. It is divided into 2 parts, that is a greenery of one side, or one side there is a visible area, most fertile area or densely populated area there. So in the disadvantages of water, they are saying about the soil erosion. Because of soil erosion, there is a vast difference in the agriculture also. And mainly, or the last one, they are saying about the advantages of water or uses of water, that is it is used as a cheaper transport, and it is used like boats also, and hydroelectric power is also used, and it is a most common or uncommon liquid. Okay, so we'll start from the reading now. I hope you all understood the summary, so we'll just go through the lesson now. Man has through the ages sought in the vein of an imaginary elixir of a life, the divine Amrita, to confer immortality. But the true elixir of the life lies near to our hands, for it is the commonest of all liquids, plain water. So, as I said, they are telling about the imaginary elixir or a real elixir. I remember one day standing on a line which separates the Libyan desert from the valley of the Nile in Egypt. On one side was visible a sea of blowing sand without a speck of green or a single living thing anywhere visible on it, while on the other side lay one of the greenest, most fertile or densely populated areas to be found anywhere on the earth. Teeming with life and vegetation, what made this wonderful difference? Why it is the water of the river Nile flowing down to the Mediterranean from its sources a couple of thousands of miles away. So here they are describing about the river Nile. Okay, how it is separated and what it is there in that. And in the third para they are saying geologist as I already said, who studies about the rocks and soils are called as geologist, tells us that the entire soil of the Nile river is the creation of the river itself. It was brought down as the finest light in the flood waters from the highland of Albania and from remote Central Africa, and laid down through the ages in the through which the Nile flows into the sea. Egypt, in fact, was made by its river. Its ancient civilization was created and is sustained by the life-giving water which come down year after year with unfailing regularity. So here they are saying about the water floods, which it has harmed the people. And they are also telling about the soil here. Okay, the geologist who studies about the rock and soil he is telling about the Nile Valley is the creation of river itself. River ಇಂದ ಆಗಿದಂತ creation ಇದು ಅಂತ ಅವರು ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Okay, in the fourth one, I give this example and could give many others to emphasize that this common substance which we take for granted in our everyday life is the most potent and the most wonderful thing of the face of our earth. It has played a role of vast significance in shaping the course of the earth's history and continues to play the leading role in the drama of life on the surface of our planet. So he is giving this example to say some common substance that which is granted in our day-to-day life. It is the most important thing and the most important phase of our earth, because water plays an important role in the earth. Fifth one, there is a nothing which adds so much to the beauty of the countryside as water, be it just a little stream flitting over the rocks or a little pond by the wayside where the cattle quench their thirst on an evening. So what they are saying, the beauty also adds the countryside of water. The stream ಅಂದರೆ ಹಳ್ಳಗಳು ಹರಿತಾ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, okay, where the stream it carries a rocks or a little pond where the cattle quench their thirst. ಅವರಿಗೆ ಬಾಯಾರಿಕೆ ಆದಾಗ ಕ್ಯಾಟಲ್ಸ್ ಅವು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ನೀರನ್ನು ಕುಡಿಬೋದು ಈವ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಸೈಡ್ದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ ಅವರು ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ದ ರೇನ್ ಫೆಡ್ ಟ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಸ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಆರ್ so common in South India, alas, often so sadly neglected in their maintenance, are the cheering sight when they are full. They are of course shallow, but this is less evident since the water is light laden and through the light bags and the bottom does not therefore show up. These tanks play a vital role in South Indian agriculture. Some of these tanks are surprisingly large and it is a beautiful sight to see the sunrise or set over one of them. Water is a landscape made by compared to the eyes in a human face. It reflects the mood of the hour, being bright or gay when the sun shines, turning to dark and gloomy when the sky is overcast. So in this para also they are saying about the beautiness of the water. Water is a landscape. They are saying water is a landscape. Maybe it is compared to the eyes in the human face. So they are saying the comparison between the eyes of the human face. Landscape is compared to the human's eyes face. Okay. They are saying water is very bright. When the sun shines, the shadow also reflects in the mood of the hour, they are saying. One of the most remarkable facts about the water is its power of carries light in finely divided soil in suspension. This is the origin of the characteristic colors of the water in rain-fed tanks. This color varies with the nature of the earth in a catchment area and is most vivid immediately after a fresh inflow flowing rain. Swiftly flowing water can vary fairly large and heavy particles. The finest particles, however, remain floating within a liquid in spite of their greater density and area, of course extremely small, but their number is also great. So here they are saying about the soil erosion here. How the particles and density of water flows. The flow of water has undoubtedly played a great part and a beneficent one in the geological process by which the soil or a earth surface has been formed from the rocks or its crust. The same agents, however, under appropriate condition can also play a destructive part and wash away the soil, which is the foundation of all the agriculture. So here they are saying water is the main foundation for the agriculture. Okay, and it followed appropriate condition can also play the destructive part and wash away the soil, which is the foundation of the agriculture and is allowed to proceed unchecked, can have the most distress effect of the life of the country. The problem of soil erosion is one of the serious import in various countries and especially in many part of India. So here they are saying the problem of soil erosion. It is very important. So they are saying what is that problem? That problem is serious import in various countries. Okay. The condition under which it occurs and the measure by which it can be checked deserves the closest study. Soil erosion occurs in successive steps, the earliest of which may easily pass unnoticed. In the later stages, the cutting up and washing away of the earth is only too painful, apart in the formation of deep gullies and ravines which make all agriculture impossible. Sudden burst of excessive heavy rain resulting in large run of the club's water are the principal factors in causing soil erosion. So here what they are saying, as I said before, soil erosion is the main form of heavy rainfall. It results in what? Gullies and ravines. Contributory causes are the slope of the land, removal of the natural protective cost of vegetation, the extent of ruts along which the water can flow with a rapidly gathering momentum and the absence of any check to such flow. Incredibly, large quantities of precious soil can be washed away in such conditions, exist as in unhappily too often the case. Okay, here they are saying the removal of natural protective coat of vegetation. It is gathered rapidly in a momentum. So as the soil erosion happens, there will be a slope of land. Land will be very in slope. It will be slopy land. So because of that slopy land, the removal of natural protective coat of vegetation can be removed. Okay, and water can also flow rapidly, gathering momentum and the absence of any check to such flow. So in large number of soil, precious soil will be there, no, that will be washed away because of this heavy rainfall. Okay, in this para they are saying, so the precious soil can also be soiled out because of what? Heavy rainfall. It will be in a slopy land. So because of that, the slopy land will be full of soil erosion. It can be very easily, the soil will be spread out. The means in which soil erosion presents to the continuance of the successful agriculture is an alarming one in many parts of India. Calling urgently for attention and preventing action, the tracing of the land, the construction of bunds to check the flow of water, the practice of contour cultivation and the planting of appropriate types and vegetation are amongst the measures that have been suggested. It is obvious that the aim should be to check the flow of water at the earliest possible stage before it has acquired any appreciable momentum and correspondingly large destructive power. So here they are saying in this para, the agriculture is the main alarming one in all the parts of India, and also they are saying the construction of buds to check the flow of water. To check the flow of water, what they will do? They construct the buds. Okay, they can measure the planting or appropriate vegetation amongst the measures there. We can measure the appropriate planting rate because of this water. So in the 10th para, water is the basis of all life. So this is the very important line. What they are saying, water is the basis of all life. It is the main base of the all life. Without water we can't live. Because of that they are saying water is the main base of life. Every animal or every plant contains a substantial proportion of free or combined water in its body, and no kind of physiological activity is responsible in which the fluid does not play an essential part. Water is of course necessary for animal life, while moisture in the soil is equally imperative for the life and growth of the plant and trees. The prevention and utilization of water is thus fundamental for human welfare. Apart from unstable water and ultimate source in all cases in rain or snowfall, Much of Indian agriculture depends on seasonal rainfall and is therefore very sensitive to any failure or irregularities of the same. The problems of soil erosion and the inadequate of irregular rainfall and closely connected with each other. It is clear that the adoption of techniques preventing soil erosion would also help to conserve and help keep the water where it is wanted, in other words on and in the soil, and such techniques therefore serve a double purpose. So here what they are saying, everyone needs a water, even the animals and also a plant, even the human beings also needs a water, and also to grow the trees, to grow the plants, water is very essential. So the growth of the plant, even water and the moisture of the soil is also very important. It plays a main role, they are saying here. And the problems of soil erosion and of adequate or irregular rainfall and closely connected with each other. Heavy rainfall and also the soil erosion, inadequate or irregularities of rainfall, it is the main cause of the soil erosion. It is evident, however, that in a country having only a seasonal rainfall and immense quantity of rainwater must necessarily run off the ground. The collection and utilization of water is therefore of the vital importance. So here what they are saying, the collection and utilization of water, okay, how we collect the water, how we utilize the water, means how we use the water, it plays a vital role here. Much of it flows down into the stream or rivers and ultimately finds its way to sea. First they flow to the stream, then it flows to the river, and lastly it comes to ultimately to the sea. Incredibly large quantities of the precious fluid and thus lost to the country, the harnessing of other rivers, the water of which nor mostly run to waste. So we have to not waste the water, but peoples are wasting the water here, is a great national problem which must be considered and dealt with on national lines. Vast areas of land which at present are mere scrub jungle could be turned into the fertile and prosperous country by courageous and well planned action. So here what they are saying, water which we use or which we collect, that is very important, or which we waste the water, it is a national problem, it causes a national problem, they are saying here.